Good morning.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wow Wednesday. Today is actually the final Wednesday of 2022, and I am delighted to have you with us either live, watching the replay, whether you're here with us on Zoom, here with us on Facebook. Welcome and congratulations to you for choosing to spend your time with us as we have a conversation today with Dr. Ynge about creating your best health in 2023 and beyond. And I know myself, I am looking forward to this. I've known Dr. Ynge for several years. And the key that I love about what Dr. Ynge brings to the table is a combination of the physical aspects, the nutritional aspects, as well as the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects so that we can live our optimum lives in this physical body. So I can't wait to bring her on to share with all of you today. So I'll do that in just a moment. Want to give you a couple of quick updates about things happening in Women's Prosperity Network, as well as the structure of our show. I believe we have a few people joining us for the first time. So welcome to Wow Wednesday. We started this show 14 years ago as a midweek boost of motivation, education, and inspiration to keep you moving forward, living your best life, and really enjoying the most of the juice that this life has to offer, as well as giving you strategies to support you when times aren't so juicy, when things can get a little rocky, because it happens. So every Wednesday, we're with you for this show. And the format is we go about 30 minutes of interview with our guest, and then we open up for question and answer. So you get the opportunity to ask your specific questions from our guest each week. So if you're here with us on Zoom, you can put your questions in the chat. I'll be able to open up your lines. If you're here with us on Facebook, go ahead and put your questions in the comments, and we'll make sure that we bring them to Dr. Ynge. So I'm excited. We'll get started in a moment. Very, very important announcements in the wild, wacky world of Women's Prosperity Network. First of all, today at 12 p.m. Eastern, there is a vision board happening, co-facilitated with my sister Trish Carr and Kathy Basil. So you can get that information inside the Facebook group or at our events calendar. And then also, I've been hosting planning sessions so that you can set yourself up for success and create what we refer to as an inspired action plan for 2023. And I've done 2 of those sessions so far. The live sessions are over, and you have the opportunity to get the recordings of those, as well as join us in a program we call Momentum. So be sure to go to the website, check our events calendar, and also the coaching tab, and you'll discover what we provide for you to get into momentum and stay in momentum so that your dreams, goals, and intentions and the impact you're here to make become the reality for you and for everyone you serve. So just be sure to check that out. If you have questions, you can email team@womensprosperitynetwork.com. And now I get to bring you Dr. Ynge Ljung. I am so happy. Hello, my friend. How are you this morning?
Hello. I'm very well, with beautiful weather finally here in South Florida.
Yes, finally here. It's warming up other parts of the country. So we send some warm love out to all of you, and may your travel plans be easy and the rest of your holiday season just be joyful as much as possible. So let me tell you all a little bit about Dr. Ynge. Then we're going to dive into some specific ways for you to really claim your best health ever. I'll just sink into that for a moment. Claim your best health ever. So no matter what age we are, today is that moment where we get to have a turning point and really move forward. And Dr. Ynge knows how to guide you in doing so with natural remedies and making it easy to have what you want happen as it pertains to your health. So Dr. Ynge is an alternative holistic healer, an acupuncture physician, body code practitioner, a naturopath, and the creator of the allergy kit. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Her mission is to help as many people as possible. And throughout her career, she's been challenged by Western medicine's reliance on treating symptoms, typically with drugs, and ignoring other factors that to her seem obvious. She has spent years studying ancient healing sources and Chinese truths that she then incorporated into the development of the allergy kit. She has extensive education and knowledge and practice in both Eastern and Western, and she brings that all together so that we, you and me, get to live our best lives. So welcome, Dr. Ynge.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very happy to be here on the last Wednesday of the year. That's incredible.
I know. It's a special spot for a special woman to support us in living our best lives. So obviously, I'm going to state the obvious. You are, do you want to say how old you are?
84.
Look at this, my friends, 84 years old. This woman is vibrant. She is active. She is still living her purpose and mission in a full-on way because her physical body can support the flourishing that comes from her mind of creativity and service and value. So really listen in, perk up those ears. How many of you would love to look and feel as good as Dr. Ynge at the age of 84? I know I do. Right? So I could just start with, what is your secret and how did this come about? So what's your secret to feeling so good, looking so good, and having so much energy in your life?
First of all, it really comes down to what you eat. And I think being as old as I am, I was brought up on food without a lot of herbicides and pesticides and artificial, in my time, they used animals to fertilize their dirt. And all this, I'm sure, has helped. Also, I was born in Sweden before the war. And even though we were neutral, there were rations and everybody was what I call thin, and here they call skinny. And that is, I think, healthier, much healthier. So that was my beginning, and I've always been interested in nutrition and food. I like food, and that made me also learn to cook.
Well, and that could be a fallacy that people who are thin don't eat a lot.
Yes.
Right. Or they don't really like food, or food doesn't matter to them, but it's the food choices and what your palate is accustomed to, that what I'm hearing from you, your food choices and what you're used to eating, that determines what your body chemistry is and does. Is that right?
Well, what you give your body is what the body craves. And unfortunately, today we have a fast life, and people go for what is fast and easy. And unfortunately, that food is not very nutritious. And when you don't get the nutrition from the food, you crave more. And you pack on the calories, but you don't get the nutrition.
All right. So if I'm craving pasta or some bread, on my sandwich, if I'm craving a piece of bread and I go ahead and eat that, I find I want another piece. Like I'm eating the roll and I think to myself, boy, I want another one of these.
Yes, that is true.
And it's because what are some of the reasons that happens? Because for me, I can blame myself for not having willpower to resist it. So truth, vulnerable moments, my friends.
Not your fault, because wheat, I don't know if many people know, but wheat has, of course, many proteins. One of them is called glutamorphine. What is morphine? It's a drug. So it is habit forming. And there are people also who get high from eating wheat. or they get red cheeks and they feel a little woozy, or plus it's habit forming and not so good for the brain either.
So wait a second. I got to rewind for a moment.
Yeah.
So I've heard, I'm gluten intolerant. Packaging says gluten free. Like this whole thing about being gluten free and not having gluten is a very common messaging in the marketplace today. But that's not really the name of this thing. The real name is what?
Gluteomorphine. Well, you can be gluten intolerant or allergic to gluten also, especially people with celiac disease, for example.
Right. But it's gluteomorphine is what the full name of this is?
That is one of the proteins in wheat. And that is one of the things that makes it so hard to not eat it. I mean, what is better than a warm bun and butter and cheese on it? Oh, yeah. And it's just that wheat has changed with the time. It has been hybridized for 80 years, about or more. And so everything has changed in the wheat. Plus, for example, when the industrial time started, they started to, instead of grinding the wheat on stones, and you got all the minerals and all those things in it, they now grind it with, since the 1900s, started to grind it with steel mills. So they grind it so much finer and get rid of all these good things that we should have. And when we eat it, it goes directly out in the bloodstream and turns into sugar.
So, all right, we're starting off really strong, my friends, for 2023 to claim your best health. And I trust you're having some eye-opening moments, as am I. And not just eye-opening, like what you're talking about here, I've heard these things before, and then I step into, okay, but what do I do about it? Like, how do I, make different choices, and how do I know the right thing to choose?
Well, first of all, I know it's very hard to stop eating wheat, but start to eat maybe wheat once a day. Start to cut it down, because some people eat it 4 times a day or more, because even snacks, there are cookies and cakes and all kinds of things with wheat in it. And that, of course, makes things worse. If you could start by cutting down. And I don't say just stop it, because it is practically impossible. But we have so many bad reactions from wheat that we are not aware of. We can just take autistic children, for example. When they have wheat, they often have temper tantrums and meltdowns. And people look at them if they go out, for example, if they go with their parents, they have been good this week, let's go and celebrate. And they go to a pizza place and they have a meltdown because of the wheat.
Well, and the parents not realizing the impact that the wheat is having.
Yes.
And now it creates a cycle where you crave and want more of that, even though it's not good for your body.
Yes, that is true. And with kids on the spectrum, for example, people look at the parents as if they cannot handle their kids. And it's not their fault. It doesn't have to do with behavior. We can see the same thing with sugar, with any kid.
Right. The famous grandparents thing, bring your kids over, I'll babysit, load them up with sugars, and then send them back home with you. Right? So let's talk a little bit about, number one, I heard ways to help yourself is to cut down. Don't try to eliminate it, because that is going to be self-defeating. So find ways to eliminate it. Now let's talk about good dovetail into the allergy kit and this whole concept of where, what you said earlier, that our what we feed our bodies actually crave, and we may be allergic or have food sensitivities around them. Can you address that?
Yes, and also we crave what we are allergic to. That is, and people are often not aware of that.
We crave what we're allergic to?
Yes, I just met a distant relative, and she said she had once been tested by a natural doctor, and he told her she was allergic to cheese, and she said, "No, that's not possible. I live on cheese." And then I told her, "Well, you crave what you're allergic to," and she said, "Ah, that was like a light bulb went up. That is why she has to have cheese and has to eat so much cheese." So
when you say that she was allergic to it, what were the symptoms in her body that, what was the effect on her body that she didn't realize was an allergy to cheese?
she didn't really feel any, because she had it all the time. So she wasn't aware of anything, but she was constipated all the time, for example.
And she just thought that was normal.
Exactly. And gas, and that is normal. But it really isn't. So we will see now after I told her what she will do. She's cutting it down. And of course, it has to do with weight too. And she has difficulty in losing those extra pounds, not too much, maybe 10 pounds. But if you don't lose them, often you also gain maybe half a pound a year, and that adds up.
Yes, it does. And I know this from my own experience. All right, let's talk about the body, because I know from working with you for many, many years that our bodies tell us what we need to know. But the question is, are we listening, and can we hear?
Exactly.
So
are we asking the body? No, we don't. And most people don't. Probably some people. I think to start in the morning when you wake up, scan your body. Just lay there and reflect on how you feel. Do you say, "Hallelujah, I'm awake, I want to get up and get my day going," or do you feel like a truck hit you? And how did you sleep? Did you wake up in the middle of the night, or did you sleep through? So there are many indicators of what is wrong, even though it's hard to know what is wrong. But starting with the food. And I recommend journaling. To write down everything you eat, how you feel in the evening when you go to sleep, how you feel when you wake up, and if you had any reaction to what you ate, any kind of reaction. I mean, it can be gas, it can be headaches, it can be fuzzy thinking. So there are so many, even aches and pains.
Talk with us a little bit. So thank you for that. So scan your body, journal, reflect upon whether you slept through the night. Did you toss, were you tossing and turning? Was it peaceful? How do you feel? Like most mornings, I'm a really good sleeper, so I'm grateful for that. And most mornings I wake up feeling fully rested and refreshed. There are some mornings that I don't. And when I get that fuzziness, I don't think I stop to say, what was yesterday like? Because my yesterday predicates how I feel today. Is that what we're saying? Like, what did I eat? What did I drink? I mean, let's face it, when you wake up with a hangover, you kind of know what happened. But do you really... Like we listen to our bodies when we have a hangover, at least I do. And I do get hangovers occasionally, not so much anymore. But are we listening to all of those signals? Because our body is it's a chemical reactor for what we're eating, feeling, the physical activity we have. So I love this concept of doing a scan in the morning and looking at how do I feel and what was in my life experience yesterday. I
think that is very important. Yes.
Yeah, really, really good. let's go on to the allergy kit, because I've talked about it a few times. I've mentioned it, but we haven't really, told people what it is. So, and how it came about. So let us know about that.
Yes, I started many years ago. I found that some people didn't get the results they wanted, and I could not figure out why. And that's why I started on a quest and ended up with allergies, that they inhibit certain, that if you don't address it, you don't get better. So I started to eliminate allergies. And by the way, at the same time, I had thrown out my back, putting a sheet on my treatment table, and that ended up with fibromyalgia that I could not shake. I did chiropractor, acupuncture, herbs, massage, everything, and nothing helped. I could hardly walk. Cried when I went on and off the toilet or in and out of the car. And not until I started, when I found that allergies has so much to do with health, and I started to treat myself with allergies, even though I did not believe I had any allergies, just like everybody else. But since I try everything on myself first, that was just, it was a miracle. It didn't happen in a day, but little by little, all the aches and pains went away. It took probably 3 or 4 years until I was rid of everything. And now I don't have any symptom of that. So that was almost dramatic. So of course, it made me even more eager to work and eliminate allergies for patients.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I found is that many people wouldn't take the time to go once a week or so to a doctor.
Well, and what my mind about allergy, finding out what you're allergic to and the elimination process, like that is a long, drawn out, painful process where you have to get stuck with needles and you got to go all the time and it's very expensive. Like in my mind, that's what it takes to find out what you're allergic to. Is that the case?
Yes. And often if you go to a medical doctor and you find what you're allergic to, they can say, okay, you're allergic to cats and dogs and mold and some other things. But they don't come up with the basic things, because if you are allergic to anything, even if it's only dogs and cats that you know of, you have basic intolerances or allergies or whatever you want to call it, because if you cannot absorb the nutrients from the food, your immune system goes down. So if you are strong and you eat the right food, you won't get any allergies or a cold or anything. So that's why it's so important to clear the basic foods, the basic like egg and chicken and milk and grains, those things that are our basic foods.
So fast forward, and then I'm going to come back with another question. So you're an acupuncture physician, you're learning about allergies, you got yourself clear, you're working with patients to get them clear, and then you started to say that you discovered that it was challenging or people wouldn't come for the weekly sessions to clear the allergies.
Yes, and many people came with their children, and if one person in a family has allergies, most likely everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
But to come with 1 or 2 or 3 children is expensive. And then the parents should be treated also. And that, of course, doesn't happen. So, and some people live far away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I started to experiment and develop the allergy kit, so that you can treat yourself and your whole family
with one kit.
With one kit, or
at home.
At home.
Right. Do you have the kit on your desk? I think I see it behind you. We didn't necessarily plan this, and this is the way the conversation is
And
going.
so it comes in a box.
Mhm.
So this is one of the kits, and so there is one kit that only has 7 vials in it, which are the basic allergies or intolerances or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And then, because some people, they only want to try, they don't know what they are allergic to. And then they can build up. I have like 300 or more vials extra that they can order. But then I have a food allergy kit, an environmental allergy kit, an autism kit, and what we call a mental health kit.
Which is good. So what do we do with those vials? Are we injecting ourselves?
No, you don't open the vials. Never. You don't take anything. You don't put it on the skin. You don't inject it. You use a laser together with the vials, and you treat them through the belly button. You just put them over the belly button and shine the laser over, and then over the head, the ears, and you go back. So it's a treatment that it's an energy treatment. It takes less than 10 minutes.
Wow. And one kit that you can use for your entire family.
Yes. And if something doesn't so-called stick, then you can always repeat it.
So I am certain people are curious and want to know more about it. And so go to theallergykit.com and you can get all the information on the kit and get one for yourself today. And here's the thing that I know is we start off, I know me, let me talk for myself, and I can say that many people I've talked to and the studies I've done start off 2023 with resolve and commitment, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to la. And then things start to wane a little bit. The resolve dissipates and confusion can set in as well.
Yes.
So, Dr. Ynge, I know that, and I am so grateful because I can't wait to be a part of this. You have just created something brand new to support us in creating our best health, maintaining it, and sustaining it. Can you speak to what this is and the special invitation you have for the WPN community, which is only for a short period of time? So can you talk about this a little bit?
Yes. So I'm opening up a membership, and where we will meet twice a month, where I will talk a little bit about something that is sometimes you can even ask for something that you want to know more about. And then you can ask questions. The best is if you can write the questions before, so I can serve as many people as possible. And then we can discuss different treatments, different foods, different, even emotions, because, excuse me, emotions are so much involved in food and reaction. We can just take the simple example I did with the autism kids, for example, that get angry. So anger is one thing. People with allergies, they have fear because they don't see the world as a safe place. So there are so many things that can be discussed in these meetings. And then I will do a group body code session.
Oh, let's talk about the body code and EFT tapping. And I'm going to bring her. I'm going to get you to share all about those things. Before we dive in, and as well as open up for questions, Dr. Ynge is here to take your questions and solutions. And remember, this is about nature's remedies, being able to tap into the storehouse and warehouse of all that nature provides us to bring our bodies back into balance and alignment. And that's what appeals to me. It appeals to me that I'm going to be able to talk to Dr. Ynge twice a month in a group session, which is accountability, it's support, it's knowledge. Dr. Google, I go to a lot, but Dr. Google gives me a lot of different answers. I want to go to Dr. Ynge. So go to drynge.com/circle. And that's drynge.com/circle. And this is a brand new group membership that she's creating. And wait until you see how much it is. Like we talk about telehealth and things like that and misinformation. Like, oh my gosh, how much is it to be part of the circle at this founder special price?
$25 a month. That is in the beginning. It goes up. So it's
so if I get
introductory price.
If I get in for $25 today, is it going to go up, or you hold in this price?
No, it's going to go up.
So I know, but will I always pay $25? That's the introductory price that I get as a founding member, correct?
Yes.
All right. But next month, the price is going to be $49. And the first session is on January 9th. And when you join the membership, you'll also find out how you can save money and get a discount on getting the allergy kit. So some of you are going to want to get the allergy kit, become a member, and then you'll find out how you can get a big savings and discount. Plus, talk to Dr. Ynge about what's going on with you and your body and which is the right kit and the vials. Like, that's the thing I love about you, Dr. Ynge, is when I share what's happening for me in my body, my mind, you ask questions that help me pinpoint the right next steps.
Yes.
So it is amazing. So go ahead, go to drynge.com/circle and join the Natural Health Circle for just $25. I suspect many of you are going to do something for your health goal for 2023, whether you're buying supplements. Oh, by the way, she knows how to find the supplements that actually absorb in your system. So which ones you should take, which ones you want to stop wasting your money on, because that goes on. Congratulations. Laura Barker just joined. She went for the annual option, which we didn't even tell you about yet. When you join annually, you save $100. So you can join $25 a month, give it a go, no contract, or join for the year at only $199, which is the option I'm choosing, by the way. So let's go ahead, have you join the circle. And I'm going to open up for questions. Anything you want to add while I open the lines up, Dr. Ynge?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to be able to work this way, because I think this can really open up for everybody. Mm-hmm. There are so many things that we don't know about our bodies. And I think I can help. I know I can help.
You have helped so many already. It is absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and open up questions or comments for Dr. Ynge. If you are on the phone, you can simply hit *6 and you'll be unmuted. And I see Dr. Roz has her hand up. So Dr. Roz, and then Laura Barker's in town. We got lots of people in queue. So take it away, Dr. Roz.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are loved, appreciated, celebrated, valued, and most cherished, Dr. Ynge. You and I still even have to catch up, but I'm asking this question because I was an addict to cocaine for 10 years. And my question is, from what you taught today, and we know how drugs can transfer over into sugar, have you actually coached with your allergy kits a drug addict? Because I'm just wondering, that really hit me as an epiphany, and because I deal with young people, and so okay, so maybe that'll be a private conversation. Then I just wanted to check into that, because
it could be, but it is addiction is a craving, and it's the same thing. That and I have treated people for addictions with the kit.
Okay, good.
It's the same thing. It's just one more vial and a little different twist on the treatment.
Okay, good deal. Thank you so much. This has been so awesome. I'm even thinking about, even though I transitioned into a different life, if I had have known you at that 10th year and where I am now, this many years later, how much things could have changed and what we're doing. And people are not paying attention that even though they might not be a drug addict and they frown or are judgmental on those types of individuals, that this thing is really serious about the food and how the how food is processed. So we really want to think about it. We're talking about that the children, people are like that. Grown-ups are like that. They're jacked up, crackheads, and we don't really realize it. But I thank you, Dr. Ynge, for bringing this to light. Thank you again. You're so loved, and I appreciate you. And I'm just about to, well, when Nancy called me, I was just about to hit the send to do my membership. I love you. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Roz, I'm so glad we'll be there together.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Dr. Roz, and of course, Dr. Ynge. And one of the things that occurs to me in being a part of this natural health circle is who you spend your time around, and your environment has lots to do with your habits and your behavior. So I am looking forward to being a part of this community that you're creating, so we can get those answers and get those solutions to stay in natural health place. So go to drynge.com/circle. And I want to ask a question about supplements and trying to figure out what our bodies need. And I know you'll go into this, during your membership piece in the group, but I get lots of recommendations, or I read lots of stuff. You should take this supplement, this vitamin, this thing. Like, how do you know how to pick what's right for your body?
It is not so easy. I personally use muscle testing, and I will probably also show muscle testing. You don't really need the actual substance. You can ask questions. You can ask, is this good for me? And should I? You can only have yes and no answers, but you can really get good answers from your own body by doing muscle testing. So that's another thing that I will add too. I will also have my open the store for supplements, and that's a store that has hundreds of different remedies.
So muscle testing to have your body, and you'll teach us about muscle testing during the group and the membership, the being part of the circle, as well as knowing which supplements. Like, I can go to the supermarket and buy things off the shelf. Are they necessarily the best ones for my body?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, they might be, but
yes, but not necessarily.
All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Let's go ahead. Auralia says muscle testing is kinesiology, and it's great. Thank you, Auralia, for that. Laura Barker, who is all in. Barbara Johnson is all in. Welcome, welcome. Roz is coming in. Join Dr. Ynge in the circle. Plus, to be able to get your knowledge twice a month, you get to tap in. And I said tap. Talk about emotional freedom technique, because I looked on the sales page, and there's a bonus when you enroll today. You're going to get four audios with emotional freedom technique known as tapping. What is that?
Well, I think it's video, and it is tapping. It's called emotional freedom technique, and it is very popular nowadays. It builds on Chinese medicine and meridians, and you first state the negative by tapping on your hand, and then you go over to tap on different points on your face and your collarbone, and the top of your head, which are all these meridians for food. And there are stomach and gallbladder and all these meridians that emotions can be trapped. And by tapping it, you tap the negative, but you also say, okay, I choose to whatever it is you want to eliminate. And it is an amazing technique.
Wow.
Really.
Yeah. And this is where what you do is so unique by combining physical aspects related to nutrition, related to knowing what your allergies are, to emotions. And for most of us, our bodies are indicators and our cravings are indicators of what's happening emotionally. So I just took a look, and the 4 videos that we get is to help free us on lack of self-discipline and consistency, fear of failure, clearing all of that, anxiety, and stress eating. Who would love to have that? Just go sign up today for $25 just to get the 4 videos.
Yeah.
That would be worth it. Oh, goodness. All right, let's go ahead and open up. Laura Barker is next in queue.
Good morning. Oh my gosh, Dr. Ynge, it's just so good to see you. You know, I just love what you do. I love your work and your philosophy. And I just want to say how thankful I am that you've created this membership, because it is so needed. I know anyway, that I need it. And by the looks in the chat, a lot of other people feel the same way. And that you are offering this is such a gift. And then the audios for the tapping, I would say I used to do that years and years ago and kind of forgot all about it. And now that I have you to support me in that, oh my gosh, just thank you so much. And I'm wondering, I saw a question, and I may be stealing somebody else's question, but I had the same question too, which was, when you get the allergy kit, like, how long does that last? Do we have to keep,
Forever.
Oh, forever.
Forever. If you don't put it, the only advice I have, don't put it together with chargers or electronics.
Okay.
And it lasts forever. I have valves that are 25 years old. They still work.
Wow. Now, does this, so I heard you mention when you were talking with Dr. Ross too, that you have to tweak it, the vial or something?
No, not at all. It's just that, for example, I can take, I had a guy who was an alcoholic, and he was older than his wife. And so he was retired, would go to the bar every afternoon. And before his wife came in from work. So when he came home and she came home, he was drunk. And I treated him. So what I did, I treated him for the basic, but I kept on doing alcohol and sugar together, because sugar has so much to do with all kinds of addictions, even with smoking. And I think I only treated him once or twice for the alcohol. And then he said, I didn't know it was that easy to quit drinking. He kept going to the bar, but he didn't drink.
Wow.
And I want to say I want to say just one more thing too, because I want to really highlight the wheat issue that you brought up early in the discussion, right? I gave up wheat in 2019, and not because I knew what you shared today, but for other reasons, and made a humongous difference in my arthritis, in my overall way I felt, in my weight. And I love that you are bringing to light what it's really about. That's so important. Thank you. So just thank you. And I'm looking forward to being all in with you.
Thank you. And also to have a group, you can help each other. I have seen that before. You get to know each other, and you can be support each other.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. We are excited. Laura, thank you for bringing your great questions and points that you raised. Welcome to the Circle, the Natural Health Circle with Dr. Ynge. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and open up Barbara Johnson, who also is already in the circle.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah, I'm in.
I did the yearly plan. Fooey on that. I love to to help holistic health, and that means it's because I actually practice it too. So this is going to be exciting for me. I get to ask all the questions that I don't have anybody to ask of right now. So that's a great thing. Laura kind of stole my question, but I wanted to tell you, thank you very much. And you look great. I didn't know you were 84 and you look amazing.
Thank you.
Look amazing for 84. Anyway, I just hope I look that good there.
Wonderful. Is it a lemon or?
Last one, yeah.
Oh, wow. How neat.
I'm sorry about that. I fixed it.
Have the different kits and they last forever type of thing. Like as long as I don't put it near electronics and stuff.
Yeah. And
So
also some people, they need more than what is in the kit. It depends totally on your health. But as I said, I have 300 or more.
So Barbara, can I ask a related question? So when we come to the group session, and the group sessions are held on the second and fourth Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So when we come to the group session, do you recommend that we talk to you first to figure out which kit we need? Like just so we can get it started in that way. Is that what you recommend, Dr. Ynge?
Yes, I think that's a good way to start.
Yeah. No, so she said, Laura's like, you have only 300 more kits. No, she's got 300 different vials that for people.
You can combine with the kit
on the different vials for what you need.
Yeah, because I wish I could put everything in a kit, but that's impossible. Yeah. There are people who are allergic to insect bites or different viruses like Epstein-Barr, and there's so many more things.
But as we're going through, sorry.
Go ahead.
Going through this, if we get like the basic kit and then we're in the circle and asking questions and we find out we're allergic to something else, we can order another vial or 2 or 10.
Yes. And and I don't charge for shipping, so people can order 1 vial at a time if they want to.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and give everybody what the discount is. If you're eager, want to go ahead and get your allergy kit, it's 15 off at the allergykit.com. So if you go to the allergykit.com and you want to grab your kit now, the discount code is 15 off that you should be able to apply. And everybody who's in the membership, we're going to send you this via email as well. All right, Barbara, thank you for your question. And then I see that Aurelia Acosta, also an amazing health coach, has a question for us. Aurelia, your line is open.
Grand Rising, ladies. I have a few questions. So the kit that you include, the kit that you have includes the laser for us to use?
Yes.
Okay, that's one question. The other question is, do you also discuss cross allergies?
What allergies?
Cross allergies.
Oh, cross.
You could be, and more than likely are, allergic to something else.
Yes. Not in it. That is further down the road. You have to do the basic first.
Okay.
And then we can always discuss
possible cross allergies. Okay.
Yes.
Well, if you get rid of the basic, then you may not have the cross allergy. The body is very interesting in how it reacts, and it's always spot on and right. There's something there that's off. My other question is, once you do the clearing using your kit, does it come back? Is there a possibility?
No, it is a possibility. I had, for example, one person who I had cleared everything on her, and then she had a traffic accident.
Oops.
And it all came back, but it was very easy to treat it then. So it was very easy to get rid of her allergies the second time when
Why did it come back after the accident, if I may ask? I guess it was a combination of emotional and maybe some drugs she took?
No, I think it was all emotional, because emotions, they are much more involved in our allergies than we even think. We know they are, but
yes,
but they are to a bigger degree, I think, than we.
I'm sorry, go ahead, ladies.
I was just going to say, which is great, and part of the reason that she combines the emotional freedom technique, body code, with all of the treatment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love body code, and I've had that
Yeah.
done when it first came out many years ago. The other question that I have is mold. How much of that do you cover in the environmental? Because mold,
Mold is in the environmental kit.
it is extremely important. A lot of the things that I'm seeing in my life, in my health, have to do with mold. And one of the things that came up, and I just want to put this out there for us to all be aware of, is that if you're in an environment, because I live in Houston, you ladies live in Florida, everything is moldy here, everything. So that will also cause the brain to not function properly and not remember things. So if all of a sudden you go through spells, and I've been through this, where you don't remember, it could be that the mold in your house has been stirred up, or even outside.
Yes. No, mold is very important, and that is one thing that you probably have to do more than once, because it's not that we are living in something all the time. It's very hard to stay away from it. So it's the same with sugar. Sugar is in everything. So I recommend that people repeat the sugar maybe once a month or so. So certain things is good to repeat.
Right. And I was on a call with another gentleman that runs a group, runs group sessions specifically to help people get off sugar. And he said that there were people that were cocaine and meth addicts that got off of cocaine and meth a lot easier than sugar. That is how addictive sugar is. For me personally, when I ingest sugar, I feel something that pulls me by the chest and just leaves me. And I don't feel that with the substitutes. So, and I don't get as much satisfaction with the substitutes too. So that's just something for us to be aware of.
Yeah, and with the kit, the sugar is often probably the most difficult to get rid of, because you're always re-toxified with sugar from, but you repeat it until, and when you don't have any cravings, that's when you know that it stuck. So, but then I recommend you repeat it regularly.
So I have a question. I never looked at sugar as an allergy. Is it, in the purest sense, an allergy of sorts?
Well, I don't know if I can claim that it is a pure allergy. It has the same effect. And when you cannot stop eating sugar, then you get candida, which is a double whammy. And for people with candida, especially if it is, candida is overgrown bacteria. We have candida, that's good, but then it overgrows because of the food with the wheat and the carbs and the sugars.
Right.
And it's very hard for people to stop eating sugar, because these bacteria, they are sitting down in your intestines and screaming when you try to stop. I need to reproduce, give me sugar. Yes. And the cravings are very, very, very strong.
Yes.
So with the kit, it helps you with the cravings.
Right. Thank you, Aurelia. You brought up some really good stuff.
I just want to add one more thing, because yesterday
I got more people in queue.
Okay. I just want to say, yesterday I was in a bit of a crisis with sugar. And one of the things that I noticed is that it doesn't help us to blame ourselves. Our body chemically is requesting, like Ynge said, the sugar. So it's not you. You know better. It's the body. So we need to tend to that. Thank you. That's it. Thank you, ladies.
Awesome. Thanks, Aurelia. Beautiful, beautiful. So good. And I do see some other people in queue. I'm going to take your questions. I want to congratulate everyone who is choosing their best health and natural health remedy 2023 and beyond. We've got health coaches joining in. We've got PhDs and doctors in other areas. Like, this is an opportunity for us to really soak up the wisdom, knowledge that Dr. Ynge brings at the age of 84. Come on, I want that. Like, she still golfs. She's out doing all the time. This woman is amazing. So I want my body to be operating like yours does when I get that tomorrow. I want it now. You're probably stronger than me right now. All right, let me see. Saracen, I think you might be have a question. If you do, your line is unmuted. Saracen, do you have a question? Maybe, maybe not. And then
Hello.
there you go. Who's that?
This is Pastor Dorothy.
Hello, you're in too, right?
How are you this morning, ladies?
Very good. How are you?
I'm great. I wanted to ask Dr. Ynge about wheat bread versus white bread.
Oh, well, it's all wheat. And of course, the white bread, yes. And the white bread is probably even worse.
Uh-oh. So neither one is good for you,
No.
Okay. So my grandchildren love wheat bread. My sons love white bread, and they're always debating about which one is the better for them to eat. Okay. So I figured I'm trying to stop eating bread altogether. So I said, I need to find out so that I can tell them. I know that a long time ago I heard that when you drop wheat bread and white bread into water, the white bread separates, but the wheat bread holds on. And that's why they said it was so much better for you than the white bread.
Well, the white bread is wheat also. It's just it's even more refined.
Ah, okay.
It's all wheat.
Right. It's okay. So I can let them know there's really no difference. It's just more or less just the color. They both have the same thing in them.
Yes.
Okay. And then lastly, sweets. I'm a sweet fanatic sometimes. Sometimes I don't want it for months and months and months. I want no sweet. And then all of a sudden that craving comes and I just gotta have it. When that time is over with, I don't want it anymore. So I'm driving, so I can't get into to your membership, but that's going to be for the rest of the day, correct?
Yes.
Yes. The special is open. Thank you, Pastor Darlene, right? Is that Darlene or Dorothy I'm talking to?
Dorothy.
Oh, well, forgive me, love. Forgive me.
Yeah.
I had people, and I apologize. People were asking me questions on Facebook, and I'm trying to respond in the chat so that I could be of highest service to everyone, but I wasn't serving my Dorothy well. So I love you, and
That's okay. That's okay. That's what happens when I disappear. So I got to get back on the scene.
We need a one-on-one too, my friend.
All righty then. Thank you, Dr. Ynge.
Good questions. Good questions. All right, everyone. Thank you all for joining in today for this Wow Wednesday. Make this the day you claim your optimum health with natural remedies. Join us inside the Natural Health Circle. And it's a circle of love and a circle of health with Dr. Ynge. Simply go to drynge.com, drynge.com/circle. Anything final you want to share, my friend?
Yes, my wish is that I could open people's eyes and make everybody more aware of how important it is to feel better every day instead of feeling worse.
Love it. Thank you. Everyone out there, thank you for joining us. Thank you for choosing to make this a wow day, create a wow life, and a wow 2023. We will see you next week in the new year. And for those of you interested in becoming part of Women's Prosperity Network and getting our momentum coaching, which is only open until Sunday, just reach out to us. Send me a message on Facebook, email, Google me. You'll find me. And let's get you where you want to grow to in 2023 and beyond. Have a beautiful day. Happy New Year, everyone. Bye, Dr. Ynge.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Love y'all.